Welcome to HoopsTalkZA, the review episode 1. So today we'll be reviewing the Boston Celtics versus the Philadelphia 76ers, the Memphis Grizzlies versus the Denver Nuggets, the Miami Heat versus what were they facing? The Charlotte Hornets, and the New York Knicks versus the New Orleans Pelicans. So let's start off with the Philadelphia 76ers versus the Boston Celtics. So for me, this was a very exciting game. This is an amazing game to watch, amazing game to experience. And what it felt like was the Boston Celtics showed up and they drew a line in the sand. And they said, they looked at the Philadelphia 76ers and they were like, "You're not as good as us." Coming back from 15 in the third quarter, they literally looked them in the eye and they said, "It doesn't matter how good Joel Embiid thinks he is, we are better than you." And for me, that's credit to Joe Mazzulla and the team that they've constructed. Jason Tatum didn't even have a good game, but for them to be able to rely on their defense, Grant Williams coming in and bodying Joel Embiid, Mr. Al Horford coming in and doing a good job, Robert Williams, that all of these pieces are just like, they were in the finals last year, but I feel like they're so much better this year because there's such a better understanding of their roles. And it helps when you have Malcolm Brogdon, 6th man of the year, coming in, when you have Derek White still shooting lights out from 3. And it's so amazing to think that no matter, despite how they were in the finals last year, they might have a better squad this year. Because think about it, I think they have as much better guard depth and wing depth, but I think center is the only issue which I would say on the surface might be an issue, because the only person they have is Robert Williams. Then Muscala still hasn't switched out yet, but hopefully he can provide a bit of he can relieve a bit of pressure from that area. But everything else is just so good. And then you look at the Jaylen Brown, still looks as good as ever. Jason Tatum was clutch. Oh my days, that step back three was amazing. Hey, Jason, I didn't even have a good game, and that's another thing. They can go back to Boston and they know that they didn't even play, that their best player didn't even play well, and they still won. Oh my days. Amazing story for the Celtics. Amazing win for the Celtics. I definitely look forward to them. Are they going to make the finals? I can't look past Giannis. I think you can't look past Giannis. Honestly, you can't look past Giannis, but let's go straight up. A healthy Bucks beating a healthy Boston Celtics. At this moment in time, I have to say yes. I just can't look past flipping Giannis at this moment in time. But I don't get it twisted. I feel like if the Boston Celtics are definitely not going to be like an underdog in that matchup. It's definitely going to be as even as it possibly can. But definitely amazing squad. I'm definitely enjoying watching the Celtics. Now, 76ers. Joel Embiid is one of the most dominant players. At his size, at 7 feet, he has his ability to always like surprise you with which is how he moves, which is how just everything he does on the court. It just always looks like you're not supposed to be doing this. That's how you feel when you watch him, because he's shooting step back threes, he's shooting fadeaways. Oh my days, he's an amazing player to watch. But then you honestly look at it from the surface, and I think historically it feels like he might be a forgotten MVP, because this is a runner-up twice to MVP, right? Runner-up to Jokic and then Giannis, I believe. But it's a bit sad to see, because like he has so much touch, he has so much skill that I don't want his story, I don't want his career to get lost like that. I was almost there. But it's so hard because he might never be put in that tier as Giannis and Jokic, but he deserves to be in there. In my opinion, he deserves to be in there. But the Sixers as a whole, amazing team. I think they can look at this loss, and there's certainly obviously a lot to build on. I think the bench unit can do a bit more, but everything else in terms of like how the team is constructed, this is definitely, I think for everyone, this is for the Sixers as well, this is one of the best squads they've had around the core of Embiid and Harden at the same time. But it's the playoffs. Playoffs are the biggest what do you call it? The biggest pH. What do you call it? The pH. The biggest what's the word? Damn, how did I forget this word? It shows who's real and who's not. That's what I'm trying to say. It shows if the Sixers are going to be or not. So for the Sixers, and especially when they always come up with the playoffs, they've always faced that hurdle. That's from Doc Rivers to Ben Simmons against the Hawks. They've always faced this hurdle which they've always fought at. So is this the year that's going to be different? Is this the year when stuff's going to change? I have a lot of confidence in them. I feel like with the just additions of PJ Tucker, DeAnthony Melton, Tyrese Maxey coming off the bench, this is one of the squads. I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up on I wouldn't say finals, but let's say Eastern Conference Finals. I wouldn't be surprised if they got to the Eastern Conference Final this year. But definitely a very amazing team to watch. Cool team. Yeah, amazing team. Good team. So, next we have the Memphis Grizzlies versus the Denver Nuggets. You watch the Memphis Grizzlies in games like this, and when Josh says they're good in the West, these are the type of games where you're like, these guys can do it. These guys are quite nice. These guys are good. Because this is like a perfect team. Like any GM would want this team. Every GM would want this team. 1 through 15. It just has the perfect mix up. You have the star, you have the perfect B tier players, you have the perfect C tier players, you have the perfect bench. Everything is just so tailored to success, and the culture that they've built is like one of selflessness, one of energy, impact. Like I think they have one of the bench units, because like I was watching it, like in this game specifically, their bench unit was able to like not necessarily outdo the Denver's. Okay, Denver shot 17 for 47 from the field, so they didn't shoot necessarily. They had an off night, but the energy that the Grizzlies had, the second unit had on them, the way they were able to run around to pressure the Nuggets was so beautiful to watch, man. And you look at people like Tyus Jones, who's like the best backup point guard in the league. Now you look at Brandon Clark coming in, and what's his name? Santi Aldama, then adding Luke Kennard to that. Man. Then they're not good in the West, but they're on the way. I think for me, the Memphis Grizzlies, in terms of championship aspirations, they are. It depends on their development. It depends on the development of Jaren Jackson Jr. and Desmond Bane. In terms of them being able to be consistently, they have to go to that next level. That's okay. You're normal in you're cool. Jaren Jackson Jr. is an all-star, but it's scary to say that I don't feel like he's even. I feel like there's still more. There's still more for Jaren Jackson Jr., man. The fouls. That's like the easiest thing to like point out, the fouls. But more so, it's the points that he can contribute, the way that he can impact a game. I feel like there's still so much more that he can do, and that's gonna take time. He's still this is like under 23 already, so he's a very young guy. So there's still so much to come from him. And you have Desmond Bane. Honestly, for him, it's just being consistent with the threes. Maybe let's go into Drew Holiday type defense, and I feel like that's when we'll have like, all right, these guys are they're them. But amazing. It's like these are the confidence building wins for the Grizzlies. Just doing these things, and they're coming off a 4-game losing streak where it got a bit tough. And I'm sure there were the rumblings of how Jazz will speak and stuff like that. So definitely it was amazing. It was a good win for them. So yeah, keep going. For the Nuggets, Jokic. I think for Nuggets, move on. Basically just move on from this game. They had a terrible shooting night. Jokic had like 3 assists. Jokic had 3 assists. That as soon as I say that should tell you what type of game it was. Jokic had 3 assists. So like just move on from this game. Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray didn't have the best games, but just move on. Hey, like KCP. KCP is a good addition. Nice. I like Reggie Jackson as well. But they definitely have a nice squad there as well. So I'm definitely going to look. It's going to be so hard for them to break that. Remember where the Milwaukee Bucks were? Like they could dominate the regular season, but in the postseason, they didn't have that same respect. They didn't carry that same aura coming in. That, as even though they're number one in the regular season, people didn't. No one like fans and players wise. Never felt they were like, oh, the Nuggets are coming through. So I feel like that's the next step for them to gain that respect. And is it championship? I wouldn't say it's championship, but get to the finals. That should be their goal this year. Get to the finals. So that should be the finals. And I'm sure once they do that, that's where the development is gonna come. And with this year, either this year or next year, I feel like there's still a bit time for this iteration of this team. I don't think they should blow it up, even if they don't get as far. I feel like keep the team like this. Is a very nice team. Maybe I make a few additions, but perfect team so far. This way. Let MPJ come back more healthy. Jamal Murray, the guy's still working with the limb, so let him come back more healthy and they should be cool. So yeah, so everyone should be alright, calm, not a alarm bell ringing loss for them. Now, let's go to the Miami Heat versus the Charlotte Hornets. I'm a Miami Heat fan, so this part is not going to be objective at all. I feel like I need to rant. Actually, I'm going to rant. I'm going to rant. Okay, let's start with the positives. Jimmy Butler, Bam, and Tyler are going to win us at least 2 playoff games. I can already guarantee that. They're going to win us 2 playoff games at least. So before we even play the playoff match, I don't care who we're facing, we're going to get at least 2 playoff games. Cody Zeller and, second positive, Cody Zeller and Kevin Love, very amazing games. I liked it. I liked very good games. Kevin Love with a double-double. Cody Zeller, loved his energy running up the floor. Good. So far, like that from them. Now, let's get to the negatives. Let's get to the flipping negatives. We lost to the 4th worst team in the NBA. We lost to a team which is hoping to get Victor Wembanyama in the draft, and we lost to them. And okay, let's go back. The Hornets are not bad. They have LaMelo Ball, they have Kelly Oubre, Terry Rozier, and all those. And yeah, they have solid players. But how do you lose to the 4th worst team? How? That is shocking. And for me, okay, just on the surface, the bench is non-existent. We walk into every game hoping for Jimmy, Bam, and Tyler to score 100, to combine for 90 points, and we're praying for that. And that's our hope every game. So, and now when you look at the bench, okay, a stat for you, just to make this point. Let's go to the stat. Duncan Robinson played 6 minutes, and he was a -13. Bro, how do you play 6 minutes and you have a -13? What do you have to do? What do you have to do to get a -13 in 6 minutes? Niggas played 30 minutes and don't even touch, and probably the worst we get is a -5. And this is where we are. Man, okay. Max Strus, okay, another next stat. We are literally, 2 years ago, we were first in 3-point percentage. This season, we are 28th in 3-point percentage. 28th. 28. We are chilling with Charlotte and them, man, basically. We're chilling with guys who are preparing for the draft, who are preparing for the lottery, and we're preparing for we have aspirations to win the title. Remember, Jimmy said, "Hey, it's championship up. We're coming for that championship this year." Hey, nah, this season is not fun. This season is not fun. It's had its moments, but it's not fun at all. It's not fun. I can't wait for it to end. Hopefully we win a championship, or hopefully playoff Jimmy is different, bro. But hopefully we get to the championship. My days. Hey. Ah, man. Okay. Okay, anyways, okay, stuff about Miami. Charlotte. Yo, Mark Williams. Wow, well done. I don't know, Mark Williams. I think when they made that move to move Mason Plumlee to the Clippers, this is what they had in mind. These type of games. Mark Williams was the star of the night. 18 points, 20 rebounds. Was so amazing. They didn't like, this is Anthony Davis numbers like from his Pelicans days. So like seeing this development, and especially so early, it's so amazing. It's amazing for the Hornets front office to see, and that connection with LaMelo Ball already. Whew, man, scary duo already. So man, so good team. Amazing. Just need to keep on. Just keep on developing. I guess, and that's all. That's all they can do. Just keep on developing. But man, Mark Williams is special. Mark Williams is special. Just on that game, and you know what made him seem special was, or what made him look special was like his energy. Like when he like when he dunks, like this guy is literally trying to break the rim. Like he's like and you know that thing where like you shake the. He's trying to legit break the rim every time he touches it. So like, man, Mark Williams, I love his energy. I love his active hands. He's always like, he's ready to get that. He's ready to get that. And especially he's his first year, still a rookie, I think. Still is that connection with the middle ball is already there. So already you have that moving forward. So you don't have to worry about that. You need to fill out the rest. So probably in the draft you pick up someone like Amen Thompson or someone like that. And you probably would get more draft picks from Gordon Hayward and Terry if they decide to move them. So the Charlotte Hornets are not as bad. They're alright. They're gonna be alright. I'll say that. Yeah, they're gonna be alright. It's amazing performance by them. Last 2 minutes. New York Knicks. Let's go. New York Knicks. New York Knicks and New Orleans Pelicans. Just quickly, amazing performance by the New York Knicks. I think they're rivals right now. Like they're literally above us, and they just got a game. So in the playoff picture, I hate it for us. I hate for the Miami Heat, but for the New York Knicks, amazing. They're doing an amazing job in terms of Jalen Brunson has to be the star of this season. In terms of how he's come into the New York Knicks locker room and he's been able to transform them into, they can make some noise. This season, they can definitely make some noise. I think the biggest thing is the roles. Everyone's role is now defined. Last season you had RJ Barrett and Julius Randle kind of like competing for this, who's going to be point guard, who's going to be carrying the ball up the court. So now with Jalen Brunson there, it makes everyone's role so much more easier, so much more. Everyone is like, there's such a defined role, especially for everyone. Obviously you have the top guys, but also the bench. Everyone has like such a defined way of playing. Tom Thibodeau is never going to like defense. So like that's his mindset coming into every match, is how we get to keep the other team below 100 points. So with this team, I feel like they have there's a wide-mindedness to it. So which is amazing to watch. And hey, it's given them so much success. Good luck to them. Hope they do amazing in the playoffs as well. But so I think that's all I'll say. Just to wrap up. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe, like, do all that amazing stuff. Thank you very much for watching. See you later. Bye.